Hey America. So I wanted to do a quick video on 5 signs that your boyfriend is a white supremacist. And I know that might shock a couple of people, but um, if you're dating a white person, a white guy, he is most likely a white supremacist. So I think one sign that your boyfriend is a white supremacist is if he does not take you to meet his family. Most guys, regardless of race or whatever, they will take you to meet their family pretty within a couple of months. For me, it's been way less than a couple of months, but I guess a couple of months would be um, about the average amount of time. If your boyfriend isn't taking you to meet his friends and you've never met his mom, you've never met his dad, um, you've never been over any of his family members' houses, then chances are he's a white supremacist and he doesn't want his family to see you. And that happens a lot. I mean, I think that some women believe that if a white guy is dating her, then he can't possibly be a white supremacist. He can't possibly be racist. And, that's just not, that's not the reality. The reality is white men have been in relationships with black women since they stole black people from Africa. It's never been a secret. They've raped their slaves. They've had children with them. They've married some of their slave women. So a guy being in a relationship with you does not in any way mean that he is not a white supremacist or a racist. And you just really need to look at some of the things that he does. Number 2, I think, is if he does not have any black friends. If you are dating a white guy and all of his friends are white, you gotta question that. Why does he just want to be around a black girl, but he doesn't have any other black friends? They're all white. That should tell you something. That is a red flag that he is a white supremacist. So, if you do meet his friends and you've met all of his friends and you've met his family and you don't see any color in sight from any of them, they're all white supremacists. You need to get far away from that situation, because you're going to be stuck in a situation, especially if you have a child, where you and your child are the only people of color, and it's not going to feel comfortable, and it's just not something that you want to put yourself into. Let's see. Number 3, if your boyfriend uses any racial language, like if he wants to use the word nigga, then he's a white supremacist. Because no actual white person that doesn't believe that they're a white supremacist thinks that it's okay for them to use the N-word whatsoever. It's just not okay. Only white supremacists thinks it's okay. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because white people have this argument of, why do black people get to say the N-word and we don't? So if he's one of those white people that thinks if a black person gets to use it, I'm going to use it, He's not saying it to be friendly or to because he thinks he's black, which is a whole nother thing. I hate that term. No white person thinks they're black. Period. Not. It doesn't happen. But if he thinks it's okay for him to say the N-word, he's a white supremacist. And that's what you're dating. You can say no, he's not. He thinks he's one of, he's just saying it to be funny. He's not saying it to be racist. You can tell yourself whatever you want to, try to get yourself to believe whatever you want to. You're dating a white supremacist. Chances are you're dating a white supremacist anyways. And this is what I try to get people to believe. 99.9%, there's a 99.99999% chance that if you're dating a white person, you're dating a white supremacist. That's just it. I know a lot of people are offended by that. I know a lot of white people are offended by that. I know a lot of white men are offended by that. But I mean, that's not my fault. I did not make white people white supremacists. That's you guys' issue and problem, and that's just something that we're victims of. To me, white supremacy is terrorism. It really is. It's global terrorism. And I really think it's something that everyone needs to work to end. We need to have a war on terrorism right here. This is domestic terrorism, and it's global terrorism. I'm getting a little bit off track, but yeah. So if your significant other boyfriend is using the N-word, then I don't care if they're singing a song that has nigga in it. If they're saying it, they're white supremacists. So, number 4, if you're dating a white guy and he has never had any other girlfriend that is black except you, you're dating a white supremacist. And I don't care if he's had like 3 or 4 girlfriends and they're all white and everyone his friends are white and everyone he's around is white, and just so happen he wants to date you, he's still a white supremacist. You're dating a white supremacist. Suck it up, deal with it. Oh well. And I don't mean oh well as like, that's not something you shouldn't try to deal with. If you are dating a white supremacist, which chances are you are, you need to have some conversations with that white supremacist. Because if you can at least do your part on, opening up his mind and showing him how white supremacy affects you in a negative way, then maybe you dating him can do some good for the black community. Because we do need white people to be on our side. We need fighting this war alone is going to be very, very, very hard. We need to use as many people as we can possibly use in order to fight this war on terrorism that is white supremacy. So we do need to get as many white people on our side as possible. I think we should use those people. I mean, you need to look at it as, even in the Civil War, on the Confederate side, they had black soldiers. They used black people to win their war. So I don't believe that we should just segregate ourselves away from all the white people and say, you just stay over there and we're going to fight this war of white supremacy on our own, because that's not good strategy. I mean, good strategy is getting as many people on your side as possible. Be it the black people in the Civil War didn't have a choice but to fight on the Confederate side. it doesn't matter. You still need the bodies. You still need as many people on your side, as many allies as possible. So if you think maybe you can, should I even say, convert these white supremacists to be on your side and to fight in your war and to try to end the terrorism of white supremacy that is afflicted on Black Americans on a daily basis, then you know, do that. Try and get them to understand and see how damaging it is on a global level, and that we need to end it. And if you can talk them into that, then go ahead. And so I forgot what number 5 was. I'm sure I can think of a 5th thing. Just give me a second. So number 5 is more of like a fetish thing. If you're dating a white guy and this might sound extreme, but I've seen it a lot. If he looks at you as this fetish, and he's never dated any Black women, which was number 4, but also he is just like fetishizes about it, and you know, he likes all the stereotypes, like, oh, you have a big butt, or you have, you know, big lips, and you know, if he looks at it as this like fetish thing, there's some cases where guys would want to strangle or and call their girlfriends the N-word during sex. Clearly you were dating a white supremacist then. And some other issues. There's a lot of issues going on, but these aren't things that never happen. These are things that happen. A lot of even for me, when I like was when I would get approached by, you know, older white guys. You really have to be careful with older white guys, and they just want you to be like their first Black girl, or they just have this thing about, you know, they watch on TV and Black women are supposed to be so sensual and so like, and they, you know, television does like kind of push this, like Black women are just all about sex. And I mean, I think that Nicki Minaj doesn't help that, but I don't really consider her, you know. But yeah, if you're dating someone that wants to in any way call you the N-word or do any kind of like fetish stuff, then they're white supremacists. I mean, sure, they're kinky. I know some people are gonna get upset about me just saying that makes them white supremacists, because a lot of people are into fetish stuff. But regardless, if someone's fetish is calling you the N-word, I'm sorry, they're white supremacists. I don't care if you want to hear that or not. So it can be your fetish, it can be their fetish. If you can talk them in, let's say it's your fetish and you want to be called the N-word because somehow, for some twisted reason, that turns you on. If he is willing to say that to you, then he is a white supremacist. Period. So that's just that. That's what it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the 5 things, and I hope that this video opens your eyes to some things and put some things in perspective to you. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.